be your king if you just let me. And I wanna make you mine. Chocolate love, 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 yeah, yeah. Chocolate love, chocolate love, yeah. Oh, please give me the opportunity, to show you what I mean. Oh, yeah.
The thoughts, opinions, and statements expressed on this show are not the thoughts, opinions, and statements of KUAW LPFM 98.5.
Miss Tanisa Looney, and we also have in the building today Miss LaQuina Bowden.
Hello, everyone. Hey,
so, the holidays are right around the corner. I can't really believe that it's almost 2019. We're like 6 weeks before the year is over, and it's a lot of preparation. It's about the time that people start to think about their New Year's resolutions and, what they need to do as far as buying their kids gifts and things like that. So this is like a really roller coaster time for a lot of families. And even myself, this has been a roller coaster week. We have a lot of events that are happening because it is the holiday season. Keys Realty Group, which is, I am the supervising broker over at Keys Realty Group, and we're hosting our second annual community Thanksgiving dinner. It's a free Thanksgiving dinner to the community. I don't know if you guys can see this. Do you have everything, Mr. Walker? Can you see this? Oh, okay. So we're going to post it on this page. It's a free Thanksgiving dinner, and it's open to the public, and it's going to be this Saturday, November the 17th, from noon to 3. And Mr. Maxwell was so kind enough to allow us to use his building this year as opposed to doing it outside. So it's going to be at 3135 Prospect Avenue from noon to 3. We're also going to be giving away cold weather items for men, women, and children. So we've collected coats, hats, gloves, scarves, and socks to give away to anybody who needs them, pretty much. But our show today is going to be talking about using a realtor versus, what would you call it? What do you call it? Using
cash for homes companies.
Yeah, cash for homes companies. It seems that a lot of people want to sell their homes fast. And so in doing so, they take a lot less for their homes than they would if they decided to use a realtor. And there are several different cash for home real estate companies out there. So we're not going to pinpoint just one or two of them. But for examples, we're going to say about 3 different names. There's like We Buy Houses is what we consider like a cash for home company. What's another one?
I can't think of any of.
Well, We Buy Ugly Houses.
Yeah, We Buy Ugly houses, which is like a big one.
Yeah,
everybody remember that little commercial.
We got to give one more. We can't just give 2. It's in my notes in my phone. It's my phone.
Yeah, we're using our phone.
I'm videotaping on my phone, but you guys get the drift when we say cash for home companies. If anybody has ever used one, I want you to call in to kind of give us what your experience was. You can, if you have any questions, if you have a comment about anything that we're talking about today, you can give us a call in here at the studio, 816-599-6893. And we only bring that up because one of the founders of our show, he was like, hey, people are using these as opposed to realtors. And I just don't understand why. Is it because they don't think that realtors, what a realtor's job is?
Well, maybe we should kind of explain the process of how they work as far as when they're buying one of those houses. Most of the time,
who works?
The companies. how the companies work when they're purchasing a house for cash. Most of the times it's people that's really trying to do a quick sale, people that are experiencing foreclosure, people that are not able to remodel or fix up their house in order to sell it at the market value. So a lot of times they're choosing people that are feeling like that's their only option. They're feeling like that's their only option as far as selling it quickly.
It's kind of predatory.
Exactly.
And it's like when your family leaves, say your grandmother passed away and she leaves you a home. I feel like sometimes people aren't vested in the property, so they don't really care about it too much. So any monies that they can get, they're kind of satisfied with, as opposed to knowing what the market value of their property really is. And you can learn that by contacting a realtor, but yet they have all these signs posted everywhere. We buy your house fast. We buy ugly houses. Get it sold fast. Close in 5 days. Close in 7 days. And you're taking pennies on the dollar for your property, as opposed to doing due diligence or contacting a company like Keys Realty Group, located at 3304 Linwood Boulevard, 816-469-5350, and allowing us to come through and give you a comparison, a comp rate for your property, or comping your home out. So.
And then another issue is that we at Keys Realty Group, we harp on home ownership. We have rental property. We manage that rental property, but we also, our primary goal is home ownership. When you go through one of those companies, such as we buy ugly houses, or one of those companies like that, most of the time they're selling it to another investor. So their whole goal is not necessarily home ownership. It's really just selling that property to someone who's going to potentially rent it out again.
Yeah, they're just trying to make money.
And a lot of times those investors are not even from the city. You know, they have nothing vested in the community that they're doing this with. So I think that that's another potential issue that we have with those type of companies. They don't know the environment. They don't know the community. And they're buying this house just to rent it out. I mean, they don't have anything to contribute towards the community. They're just trying to make money. So they don't care about beautifying it. They don't care about educating the community to be homeowners. Their only objective is to sell it. And they make money. Right. And just like Tanisa said, it's not selling it at the actual value of the home. So for instance, if I have a house and I'm trying to sell it, the value could be at $400,000. Let's just say potentially. And I'm under the gun and I want to hurry up and sell it. I could sell it through one of those companies very fast and very quickly, but probably for, I don't know, $300,000. Let's just say $250,000. I'll get it pretty fast, but look how much money I'm leaving on the table. So versus using a realtor that will actually look up the comps and making sure that the house is listed for the actual value of the property. So
it just goes back to education.
Right.
Education and patience. Rome wasn't built overnight. Success isn't done overnight. And as long as we educate ourselves, or at least put ourselves in a predicament to be educated about the different options that we do have. So sometimes I feel like people don't know that they have other options.
Exactly.
That's why they use those companies. But you do have options. And beyond that, what you want to do is carry on that legacy. So many people are like dropping the ball. Yesterday, I was in a meeting. Well, I think I was just dropping by to get some of their food, actually. They were having lunch, so they told me they was having lunch. So, yeah, I went to go get some of their food. Mr. Maxwell and Mr. Anderson, and we were going over a survey that they're having, because KCATA is putting honorary plaques up on the new Max stations that are going to go up and down Prospect. And the people were, the options were a lot of the people who've influenced Kansas City in different ways, back from the 1800s to current. And I knew a few of those names, and they asked me to pick some people, 10. I said, well, I don't know about 10 other people on here. I can't pick 10 people if I don't know about them. And so I started asking them questions. and they knew practically everything about every person on that paper. And I was like, now I can make an educated decision on who I like to pick to go on a plaque and honor their life. But all those people still have families that are still here, that still live in their same homes from back when they first acquired them. Now, that's a legacy to me. That's knowing your roots and holding on to them and not being so quick to sell them. And it's okay to sell things. I mean, I am in the sales industry, so I'm not saying that it isn't, but I want more people to take advantage of ownership. And to take advantage of ownership, you have to have the knowledge that comes along with owning. The education on how to get yourself in an ownership position is key. So if you are renting and you're tired of renting and throwing your money away, then give us a call at Keys Realty Group. Any of the licensed agents there will be able to assist you. Just call and make a consultation and just be like, I'm tired of renting. What can y'all do to help me? And we're going to help you. Call us 816-469-5350, or you can stop right into our office. It's located on Linwood in Indiana. There's always going to be someone there who's willing and able to sit you down and talk to you for free. For free, trust me. We do not mind talking. As you can tell, we have conversations, and our conversations might start out one thing, and we done talked about 5 different things in 5 minutes.
I have a quick question for you, Tanisa.
What?
I know that one of the issues that that people are having as far as turning to these companies that buy the homes for cash is they're in fear of foreclosure or losing their house. Now, if I'm a person and I'm a homeowner and I have this house and I have a mortgage and I'm unable to pay it, or I'm experiencing hard times, what would you say to a person like that?
I would, as I do with anybody, first you need to contact that lender. The person that you have the loan through, trust me, they don't want the house back. So when you find yourself starting to get into trouble, contact that lender to work out some sort of modification or something so that you don't lose your home. Yep, that was me. My ringer is still on. That's crazy. I'm so sorry. That was so disrespectful. Hold on, that's so disrespectful too. Let me put my phone on. It's on Do Not Disturb. Oh, your favorites come through when you're still on Do Not Disturb.
That person was definitely a favorite.
He was my favorite.
He was your favorite.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. That was really disrespectful. I'm sorry. I'm back.
So you were saying...
I would say the first thing, in anything, even when you find yourself in a bind, if you find yourself to where you can't pay your mortgage, your rent, your utilities by that due date, I say contact that company. You can always change your due dates on your utilities. If you're leasing, contact and have a conversation with your landlord. Communication is the key to solving so many issues. And if you have a mortgage and you find yourself in possible foreclosure or behind or getting behind, contact that lender so that you can figure out a way in order to modify your payments, change your due dates, be forgiven for a month, whatever it is, so that you don't actually lose your home and mess your credit up and find yourself homeless. And you can also, there's things deed in lieu of foreclosure, there's short sales, and we can also try to hurry up and market and sell it. But you just don't want to not do anything. You don't want to do anything at all, because that's the best way to find yourself in trouble. And then it's hard to go back and fix something that you've already done if you can just address it ahead of time. Did that answer your question?
It did. I have another question.
Okay.
What advice would you have?
Hold on. Terrence is watching. Terrence, you supposed to be here, Terrence. Hey, Terrence, you can't be on my live and not say something. You got to say something.
So say you have a seller that comes to you. They want to sell their property. but
they're giving me these old scenarios.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because I feel like we have customers and potential clients out there that might be experiencing some of this, and this is one of the reasons why I feel that they are intimidated by the home buying process.
Okay.
So tell me what would you tell someone that's a seller? They have property that they want to sell, and they want to sell ASAP because of cash, not because of anything else. Trying to hurry up and get cash. And they're thinking about going to one of those cash for ugly homes.
Just one of those.
Just one of those. What would you say to them?
This has not happened to me. just to be clear, what would I say to them
to persuade them or to educate them on?
Well, I think, of course, I would probably, of course, comp it out, let them know what it actually could sell for. And if they want to sell it faster, I would say, hey, we just, lower it some so that we can get more hits and more buyers instead of trying to get the max for it. And if they're still persistent on contacting one of those sort of companies, I would tell them to call them, see what they're going to offer you, versus us doing it just below market value, just so that it could sell faster in that area as opposed to taking pennies on the dollar for your property.
Exactly.
So I would, of course, tell them again, here's what it could sell for, but if you want to sell it faster, here, let's bring it down to this, and you're still going to be able to walk away with a good amount of money as opposed to going to one of those companies and they're going to give you 30 cents on a dollar, if that. Did that answer your question?
It did. Thank you.
Mr. Walker, how you get stuck with us today?
Hey, it's great. I'm glad that you guys are here.
Are you happy?
That is for sure. So, yeah, we're glad to have you in the house. And I guess you talk about that event that you're having again.
The community Thanksgiving?
Yes.
So I'm so upset that you didn't know about the community Thanksgiving.
Well, I knew about it. I just didn't know the date and stuff because I was thinking, I said, she's got something coming up because you talked about it last time you were here.
Uh-huh.
But the feeding the people and all of that, I think that's always a good thing, especially at this time of year.
So let me tell you how that started, Mr. Walker. Let me tell you guys how that started. So last year, of course, I really like to cook. I cook from the heart. So, of course, I like to eat. Everybody knows that. And I like to go to a nice restaurant. But it's nothing like cooking at home. It's nothing like cooking from the soul. So I'm that one who likes to cook and loves to cook. And I don't have little kids anymore. And, I don't really have family that's here for the most part. So last year, Thanksgiving was like, wow, what can I do to kind of bring the community together? And we had a lot of murders last year. I know we talked about it. We had a lot of murders, and I felt like a lot of those people kind of knew each other. But if they would have just talked to each other, a lot of these issues could have been resolved without any deaths. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something to bring the community together for something other than a tragedy, because I was so tired of seeing those what do you call those? Candlelight vigils. Candlelight vigils. Yeah. I was like, we're going to do something different. So I did the Thanksgiving Day dinner last year. I really didn't anticipate people coming to help out, but people actually did come and donate like desserts and things like that in their time. That was the most important thing to me. People coming out to and giving their time, because I feel like I can do everything, but I have learned I cannot do everything alone. I can't do everything alone because so many
She's still
things.
learning. She's still learning that.
Right, I am still learning it, but it's just it's cool to have help and genuine help. That's not looking for something in return, that sees what it is that you're trying to do, and they're doing it from your heart. So last year, it was pretty cool. A man stood up in the middle of the tent, because we had to do it outside last year. We rented tents, tables, chairs, and patio heaters. But some man stood up and said, well, I don't know who put this on, but it feels like love. I needed this. He stayed the entire time, by the way, y'all, like all 5 hours. He did not move. And I was thinking, sir, well, you just going to help me put these tables away since you here. But I knew that something good was happening. And this year, I was thinking, how can I reach more people? Because
more. How many people approximately? How many people did you feed last year?
About 350 people.
Wow.
I didn't have no food left. Trust me. I didn't have nothing to give, but you want some to drink or some cake? That's all we had. Like, I was not anticipating that many people showing up. One, because I didn't really do very much advertising about it. We passed out flyers around the neighborhood, and we put a big banner up in front of the tent, and people were just pulling up. What's going on in here? What's going on in here? We're like, come on in and eat with us. Just come on in and eat.
Wow.
And that's kind of.
And where was the tent set up?
Last year was at 3732 Benton Boulevard. It was in front of a house that we renovated, and it was sold to a nice
very
family, a nice family. So, yeah,
very good.
But this year it's going to be at 3135 Prospect. So it's going to be over in the Linwood Shopping Center in the old Simply Fashion building.
Okay, there on the end.
Right there on the end. So it's enough space for if people want to come and just sit down. But it's only from noon to 3. We're stopping at 3:00. But beyond just coming and getting a meal and kind of having fellowship, we're also going to be giving out cold weather items because it's getting cold. It's lucky enough it's going to be warm for the next couple of days, but on Saturday it's going to be cold. So we are still in need of coats, hats, gloves, scarves, and socks for men, women, and children. And if you would like to donate any of those items, they could be new or slightly used. We don't really want any slightly used socks, though. Don't bring any slightly used socks. I mean, just don't. I haven't had athlete's feet since I was a child. So I don't want anyone coming to say they had some athlete's feet or some crusty socks from anybody. That was so wrong to me. God forgive me.
That's all right. All right.
But yeah, we are still in need of items. So again, beyond feeding and feeding each other, feeding everybody, we're going to try to give away some items as much as we have to whomever needs them during that time. And a lot of people haven't donated those items, so we still need them. So you can drop them off to our office located at 3304 Linwood between 9 and 5. And you can bring them on that day. You can bring them on Saturday, and we can get them sorted out and put up.
Now, if somebody wants to donate some of those warm clothes, what are the locations where they can drop off?
Oh, yeah. So it's pretty cool. We have some drop-off locations, too. So not just here at the real estate office. You can also go to KC Powerhouse Fitness located and he gonna kill me because I don't know. It's on Swope Parkway. It's in the Mr. Houston Shopping Center on Swope Parkway, next to Charlie D's. Somewhere about Charlie D's. Gary Taylor, hey GT. You can drop it off at his location. You can also drop off things at Joey Cuts, but it's not Joey Cuts anymore. It's called 180V, and that's formerly Joey Cuts. And you can also drop things off at Do Work 2.0 Fitness out there off 48th and Nolan Road. Alfonso Hodges, Joey, Joseph. What's Joseph's last name? Joseph Thomas and Gary Turner. So those are additional locations that you can drop things off. And we would love to see you guys there. I mean, bring your families down. If you have kids that need to get some volunteer hours in, because I'm definitely about to have all my family there, my grandkids, my son, everybody's going to be there. Everybody has to do their community service. Too much is given, much is required, and that's just kind of how it goes. We don't get our blessings by not being able to be selfless and give to others. And not everybody is homeless, but we want to be cautious and are you okay? Oh, okay. It's the sky. We want to be we want to feed everybody. We want everybody to come. We having technical difficulties over here. She's confused. Look, she keeps you confusing me over here. You're distracting me. It's a distraction. Yes, I have had a lot of distractions.
All right.
Lately.
All right.
I have had a lot of distractions lately. Oh, let's see. So that's the event that's happening on Saturday. So it's the second annual Keys Realty Group Community Thanksgiving Dinner. We would love to see you guys there, noon to 3. If you want to volunteer, if you want to donate, come through. Just say hi, shake some hands, get to know everybody. We want to see the community out there. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of selflessness for us to get the community built back up and in a fellowship sort of way. I have some community pastors that are going to come out and say grace and things like that. I even got some KCPD to come, so I'm excited. Oh, I don't know if I should have said that. Please don't let that deter anybody from coming. That means you're safe. They're not there to police on this day. They are going to be there to have fellowship.
Checking warrants.
Yeah, no. They ain't checking tags. They ain't checking names. They're not doing any of that. But I want to thank a lot of people who have contributed to us thus far. We just came from REAP, and Michael Watson, I'm not supposed to shout him out, but he came through gave us some turkeys and some decorating items, which is really cool and awesome. Thanks, Mike. He and I went to school together, so we go way back. I want to thank again, Gary, Alfonso, and Joey, who allowed me to put posters and barrels in their businesses to be able to collect items from any of their clients. I would love to thank Miss Vanita. She is always so awesome. She donated food and some dressing and cranberry sauce. I would like to thank Rudy up there at the Prospect Business Association. He just busted out a Benjamin Franklin, like, here you go, like, oh, like that. So, and he's hanging up the banners for me today, so that's pretty cool. I like to thank my husband, of course, who's always behind the scenes doing any and every little thing that I need him to do. I probably have had him move tables and chairs 10 times. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have all these things going on, and you're just the person who I have to call to do it because I don't have nobody else to call. I know I'm totally forgetting people. Who am I forgetting? Miss Jeanette. How can I forget Miss Jeanette?
Vera.
No, I'm okay. Did you hear Miss Jeanette back there?
Yes.
Where she is?
She don't.
I have to thank.
She want to be hidden.
Miss Jeanette for coming all the way from Texas and allowing me to drag her around the city. But she went and bought all the cooking things, the Schaefer pans and things like that for this day. And Miss Vera over at Peachtree, you are so awesome. We just got finished having lunch with her, but she's awesome. She donated the side items for me. I mean, there's so many people who are rooting for good to go on that you just can't do anything but smile. I said on Sunday that this week was going to be a roller coaster week for me. I knew it was going to be because, again, I'm always trying to do everything myself. But my team, they came through. They've been texting me like, give us something to do, Tanisa. Give us something to do. Don't try to do it yourself. And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I got it. But, they come through, all of them. Kanaya's come through, LaQueena's come through, Toy done text in, Erica, they all have come through, and I really, really appreciate them. And we have a new person coming on, Courtney Black. Mr. Black, you don't even know, I'm putting you to work on Saturday. So come ready to take your suit jacket off, whatever you plan on wearing, and come and get comfortable, because we got more tables and chairs to move. But this week, I have to go off of real estate, off of the event for a second, and I have to give my condolences to my family and to my family in Texas, my extended family. We've all taken losses this week. My nephew, Mr. Austin, he passed away he was 22 years old. So, you know, you never think about death until death is in front of your face. And it's the only thing that's guaranteed once you live is that we're going to die. Nothing else in life is guaranteed. And his mom is who I feel so sad for, because he was her life. And he suffered autism and also diabetes. And there's so many different stages of autism that when you're autistic, you can't always explain what's going on and describe what's going on with your body and know that you're suffering without somebody just kind of watching over everything that you do. So again, I want to send my heartfelt condolences to our family. And it's crazy because I was talking to my husband, and I said, man, who gonna ask us what we ate for breakfast? I mean, that's his thing. He like to give high fives and ask you, what you have for breakfast? Uncle Beetle, what you eat for breakfast? What you eat for breakfast? And he's so strong, he never wants to show his emotion. But I could tell he's like, I don't know. Who gonna say it? I don't know. And he was like, I don't want to cry. I was like, don't cry. But if you want to cry, you can. He was like, I ain't going to cry. I see death all the time. And I'm thinking, well, I'm never, ever going to be used to death, ever. And to my friend, Mr. Brown, he lost his aunt. She was older, and she had cancer. So there's so many different things that come along with this thing called life that we don't take the time to enjoy the little things, the grateful things before we die. It seems like we don't take enough time to thank, to give enough love, to give enough appreciation, to give enough giving before we pass away. And therefore, we're left with regret. Our families are left with regret. It's just insane. I have a sister that I haven't talked to in years. I'm going to get emotional.
Uh-oh.
I am. And I was thinking, if something happened to her, I would go nuts because I haven't talked to her. So when I leave here, I'm going to go knock on her door. Maybe she'll open it, maybe she won't, but at least I went to go knock on her door to try. But yeah, you have to this is really the time to give thanks for so many things. And I have so many little things, so many big things to be thankful for. I'm thankful for all the people that are around me currently that are really, really good people. I'm thankful for meeting you, Mr. Walker, and giving me the opportunity to come on this show every month and talk to people, to spread the word, or at least get my name out there. And the people who don't want to call in, you know, and say whatever, give them the opportunity to call me privately and answer questions. Oh, you know what? We do have a special guest that came in. And how could I forget to thank him, Mr. Michael Cooper? Come on over here. So we have...
take a break.
Oh, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to have Mike Cooper here.
Tycon Company, LLC, specializes in a wide range of construction services, which includes the removal and replacement of concrete curbs, sidewalk, driveway, and paving. They pride themselves in the quality of their service, but more importantly, with the quickness in which they provide those services. Their primary goal and objective is to achieve 100% customer satisfaction, and they won't settle for anything less. Their crews travel within a 100-mile radius of the Kansas City, Missouri metropolitan area, which includes cities on both sides of the Kansas and Missouri state line. Tycon Company, LLC, 4435 Prospect Avenue, Kansas City, Missouri 64130. 816-921-0473. Tycon Company, LLC. Quality with quickness. Proud sponsor of Wake Up KC. Morrill and Janes Bank and Trust is proud to sponsor KUAW Radio. At Morrill and Janes Bank and Trust, we believe that home ownership builds strong communities. Whether you're looking for your first home or need funds for home preservation or to weatherize your home, we have the mortgage solution for you. Visit us at mjbtrc.com to get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. The thoughts, opinions, and statements expressed on this show are not the thoughts, opinions, and statements of KUAW LPFM 98.5.
This is Rebecca Angel, and you're listening to Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom, Kansas City's global community radio station, KUAW.
Hey everybody, this is Scatter. You might remember me from way back in the Zodiac days. Be sure and check us out. We're going to be here every day from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock as old school with Scatter. Scatter's back. Check me out on the internet, KUAW.org. For all you for sale Central Manulite people, I want you to remember that in the 60s and the 70s, we had some good music. If you want to hear some of the Temptations, some of Smokey Robinson, some of the Tim Free, things that you don't get every day, DJ Scatter remembers he's going to have it for you.
Oh, you're not in it. Here, y'all got to scoot up. We got to get a little closer than close.
Right. Oh, y'all get okay.
Hey, so we're back. I'm sorry about that. We're back on air with Tanisa Looney with I Got the Keys, KC. We have LaQuina Bowden, and we just have been blessed with Mr. Mike Cooper, aka Fatty the Driver.
Okay.
So this is pretty cool. So I met you. No, I didn't even meet you. I met Desmond.
Yeah.
I met Desmond at I'm a member of an association called the Prospect Business Association, and we had an economic and development meeting over at the Ivanhoe Community Center a couple weeks ago. And I met Desmond, and Desmond was pretty cool. I mean, what you see is what you get with him.
He's silly, yeah.
He just kind of speaks his mind, and he was talking about some organizations and some things that they do. And I came in and I introduced myself and I talked about, different things that I do in the community and the upcoming Thanksgiving Day dinner that we are doing, and the fact that we needed volunteers and we needed donations of hats, coats, gloves, scarves, and socks. And he was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We got a trailer full of it. Yeah, this is what we do. And we did this, I don't even know what it was called, Smoking Tires, Not Your Homies, on 59th, on Prospect, or it wasn't 59th, on Prospect. And you know what? I'm going to connect you with Mike. He get off work at 4 o'clock. Call him after 4 o'clock. And he is going to he gonna bring the stuff over." I was like, okay, but he don't know me. He was like, "Don't worry about it, just call him." So I called him like a couple times. He don't answer the phone, and he said, I called Desmond back. I said, "Desmond, he not answering his phone." He go, "I said after 4 o'clock, I'm gonna call him for you. Don't worry about it." And I was like, okay. And he was pretty cool. He came down and he's looking for some properties and everything, and I kind of gave him the spiel on how to do things, and he was like, "Oh man, more people need to hear about this kind of stuff." This how he talking. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I'm dead serious. I mean, he's just he's so passionate though, so it's not even like it's a joke. He's very passionate, and you could tell in how he speaks. And he's like, "Yeah, people need to hear about this because I've done this, and I give cars away, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this, and I've learned you can give all kind of things away, but if the person doesn't do something to earn it, it just isn't received and taken care of the same as if they done something themselves." Yeah. So let's get beyond just giving things away. we have to kind of have to educate and show people how to earn it and maintain it and take care of it and pass it along. So you can't just give things away all of the time.
I'm learning that.
So again, this is how I met Mr. Mike Cooper, aka Fetty the Driver, and he actually has pulled up with some coats and stuff for the people this Saturday, and I have to say thank you, because he didn't know me from Adam when he walked into my office. He came off work just getting off work just now.
Definitely
came off work like, no worry, I got you, sis. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, just like that. And just like that, it's been like, I'm like, you know what, God has blessed me to be around people who have like minds and like hearts, and that's all one can ask for is respect, honesty, and caring people. So tell us a little bit about your organization, what you do, and a little history about you and what you got coming up.
Okay. First of all, Smoke the Tires, Not the Homies, man. It's something we had put together a few years ago, man. I'm real heavy in the car game and the streets, and the car game ain't what it used to be, and I see a lot of young cats getting involved in the car game, and they really.
Time out. What
do you mean car game?
Okay.
What do you, when you say car game, you mean like selling cars, racing cars? What exactly do you mean?
And do you mean like business or
business wise? Because you said streets.
Let me break it down.
Let's break this down.
All right. When I say the car game, it's more of the car culture, Kansas City car culture. You see what I'm saying? As far as, the big rims and the low riders and the different types of the genre of the cars. I'm nervous. The different types of cars and stuff that's in the street. So when I say the car game, I feel like a lot of young cats was getting involved in it, and they was doing it about the wrong way. They selling dope. They doing things they ain't supposed to really be doing to get involved in the cars. And
so is this to fix the cars up?
So it's like a hobby.
Yes.
So
okay.
So say,
like
hey,
serious.
I love cars.
Yes.
And so since there's so many people affiliated with cars, and these people sometimes are doing some of the wrong things to get the money to fix up their cars, what do you guys do?
All right. Well, see, the influence the car game and the whole culture has on the youth is where I sat back and I seen like I had so much influence based on the fact that I might put big rims on this car, and then these kids are starting looking up to me. And if I'm doing the wrong thing also, you know what I mean? I'm
to
in
get
the
the car
streets
together.
hustling, whatever, because I was doing that to make this stuff happen. And I don't want them to think they got to do the same thing, to be on the same type of time I was on. So, far as putting it together, man,
So did you like educate them like, hey, because you got a job.
Yes.
You got a real job. I'm not kidding. I don't know. I ain't never seen him clock in, but I know he be coming.
This is
he get out work.
Okay, a little history on me. I'm 31 years old, and I'm working my first job. I've been working there for the last 4 months. This is all new to me. I went for a change. My son was born a couple years back. I stopped selling drugs, cold turkey. It's been a hell of a struggle. Heck of a struggle. And I've really been struggling with it as far as transitioning from drug dealer to street life into a working member of society. And along my journey, I took in a lot of people like you and people like Desmond, and they lifted me and encouraged me to keep on doing what I've been doing. And as far as what we've been doing, I created a group called Smoke the Tires, Not the Homies, man. And basically, it's a non-violent movement started in Kansas City. It uses the car culture as a way to unify the community. You know what I mean? Encourage self-pride, self-respect. Unity amongst the youth. You feel me? And we promote conflict resolution and driving, exploiting drivers. You know what I mean? I'm a real driver. Like, I'm legendary out here. I ain't trying to put nothing on that.
I just said that once we break into NASCAR, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah,
it's a wrap, and I believe that in my heart.
Some people might be like, oh, why does Tanisa have Mike Cooper, who does cars and things like that, on this I Got the Keys KC show, which is about houses, it's about real estate. But it really goes beyond that.
Yes.
It really does, because just as I was saying, there's going to take a lot of unification in order to create a better culture and a better community. And all of us are not going to be into real estate. Everybody who we reach, they're not going to know real estate. They're going to know what they know. Like Mike, cars, the street. Now, we're all practically, probably, I could say
from
95% in this room from the community and have some sort of hardship or street life at some point in our life. But guess what? You don't have to stay that way. If you know a different way, then you will do something different. If you can see that, hey, you can also get money doing this, selling cars, selling real estate, fixing up cars. I mean, there's so many different type of occupations that can occur that are out here that can assist you in making money. Anything to better our community. It's going to take jobs to stop crime. It's going to take communication to stop crime. It's going to take ownership in the neighborhoods in order to build up the communities. It's going to take business owners to come down to give jobs and change what the neighborhoods look like. So it's gonna have to be hit from so many different angles. And if you don't diversify the people that you're dealing with in order to tackle and reach more people, then we're gonna be the same people doing the same thing and getting nowhere. So we have to open up and expand our circle and to reach more people. So that's why Mike Cooper is here.
Now, one of the things that I noticed for anybody that's doing any type of transferring is that I don't care if it's from no job to entrepreneurship, to hustling on the corner to entrepreneurship, to corporate to entrepreneurship, to military to entrepreneurship. All of this is transferable skills. And I think that for some people, a lot of us are not understanding that we have what it takes to transfer all of our skills to any genre or any type of business. And I think the more that we reach out to one another and kind of explain and inspire and educate
communication, education,
right, all of that takes it takes all of that in order to make it happen. So those transferable skills that I'm talking about is what you use to go from that to this.
Right, but you know what stops people? Fear. Fear holds so many people back. I mean, it holds, I think we talked about it, it holds people back from bettering themselves, from leaving a job, from leaving a relationship, from leaving the streets, from giving up. The fear of going without, the fear of being hurt, the fear of
unknown.
not having. It's the unknown is always fearful.
Yeah.
It's always fearful until you meet me. Until you meet me. I used to let things like that fear me. I think the hardest thing, and I said this last month, the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life was divorce my first husband. That was the hardest thing I ever did.
Amen.
Most scariest thing. It was the only life I knew. Anything after that, it don't even matter. Because I felt like that was the hardest thing I had to do in my life.
That's right.
And now I just do it.
That's right.
Everybody be like, oh, where you come from? You just came out of nowhere.
Nah, I've been here.
I've been here. I've been around for 15, 16 years. I just came out the woodworks last year. So everybody's like, who is she? Who is she? Nah, I've been around. I just was always low key. Now I figure, I know you have to step up and move forward to get things done.
But that's what life is about. In general, you cannot be complacent in any situation. And if you're in a situation that's not giving you that personal growth, that's not inspiring you, that's not helping you become a better person, then you have to make that step. And it can be scary, but it's worth it.
Definitely worth it, man.
But sometimes we don't even know that we ain't growing. I mean, that's probably the worst thing right there, when you don't know that you're not growing. If you in the same place doing the same thing, got the same bank account, around the same people who complain about the same thing that they was complaining about and doing last year, that means you're not growing. You're not growing.
And there's always time. There's a lot of people that made resolutions in January. We still got a month and a half left. I've For real, you ain't been to the gym yet, go.
Get there.
Please don't wait till January when I'm there. But I'm just saying, go now. If you want to open up a business, start now.
If
don't
you don't
wait
know,
till tomorrow.
yeah, if you don't know how to start, Google is the best thing I think.
Say
Google.
My son, he's
that's my
4.
cousin,
and he uses
Google. Google that was like the best thing that they could have invented, because what you don't know, Google would dang sure tell you how to do it
real quick. Google and YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Everybody
definitely tell you where you need to start. And if it's some business type of things, we have a organization here called KC SourceLink up there on 47th and Truth. Man, you go in there with an idea. That's their job, to help you. And it's free practically. And if it's not free, it doesn't cost very much. If it's a career change that you're trying to do, man, do some research, start networking, go around in those industries and talk to people. Be around people, like-minded people. If you've been renting all your life and your mother been renting all your life, guess what? Break the chain so your kids or your cousins or your nieces and your nephews, they see something different. You have to be around different kind of people, diverse people.
Definitely do.
And don't be afraid to struggle, because that's part of it.
Oh man, the best relationships was when I didn't have anything. I think I've always learned so much from the struggle of things. Being the underdog and not knowing it, and people doubting me. That was like the best thing that could ever.
Everybody's on social media, but you best believe everybody is not posting their hardships.
No.
They had to get through it to get to it.
Right.
Don't be mistaken. Don't just because you see the aftermath or the downhill, don't think they didn't have to go uphill. And don't down a person for taking that uphill battle. Don't do that. Inspire each other. Uplift each other.
That's right. So again, I want to thank you, Mike. You were a great person to meet. Now I think I told you and I told Desmond, y'all about to be in my life forever. I just want y'all to know that. Y'all got a new little sister. Hold on, I'm older, so I got new little brothers, and you know what I'm saying. So just know that I'm around. Whatever y'all need, call on me. I'm there. Let me know what y'all doing. I'm there. I'm not trying to get smoked by no homies, but I will smoke tires. You know, you know what they call me, T as the driver. You know, this is what I do. I do that too. You talking about you? I drives too.
Yeah,
you know, I've been doing this
body out there.
You know, this is what I do. But no, all jokes to the side, I appreciate you guys coming through. Whoa, I appreciate everybody who has contributed to everything that I've done since I've come on the community scene last year, and I hope to see everybody this Saturday for our community Thanksgiving dinner, Keys Realty Group's community Thanksgiving dinner. It's going to be from noon to 3, November the 17th. It's free. It's open to the public. Please bring your families. It's going to be good food, good people, great conversation. I want you guys to kind of mingle, get to know people, shake hands, say hi. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody that's sitting next to you. You never know who you might meet or how that person could help you along the way. If you have any questions about anything that we talked about today, please don't hesitate to give us a call at Keys Realty Group, 816-469-5350. I'd like to thank Music and More Foundation and KUAW for having us on their show every month. We really appreciate you, and I can't wait for I can't wait for the different topics that we're going to be talking about in the future. If I'm not going to talk to or see you guys before Thanksgiving, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I will see you guys in December. And there was something else that we said today. Oh, no, we said it yesterday. Our goal, I think the goal for 2019 is going to be create jobs, not jails, and to create homeowners, not homelessness. So that's going to be the ploy for next year. That's what the motto is, and I'm going to be trying to surround myself with people who are looking to employ and looking to be employed, and people who are struggling to find homes to get them in homes. that they own, and setting budgets, getting credit in order, and everything like that. That's what the goal is for 2019. That's always been the goal, but that's definitely what we're shooting for. And I just had to say this. So Miss Vera Wilson over at Peachtree is looking for a cook. So if anybody out there who is listening and watching this have cooking skills, she's looking for a cook.
Experience.
Please, cook experience. Cook. Please contact Miss Vera Wilson over at Peachtree. Thank you. No. But again, we'll see you guys next month, and I will talk to you soon. Say bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
All right.